And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one today. Epic VV live stream. Today we just have one drop. Nothing too crazy today. Just a little blind box comic book drop today. It's not the most well-known comic book either, so we're gonna dive into the details in just a little bit. We got Shago in the building early today. First one in the chat once again. Shout out to Shago. Good morning. Good morning. Shago says, love the VV app. Was going to skip yesterday's drop and still went for one 20 minutes after the drop. Got a comment. Oh, man. Shout out to Shago. Still going for the drop. I think some drops, it just depends. I think we've had a couple decent drops lately, but, overall market sentiment's still pretty low. So some of them still didn't do too great, like the Boba Fett. I think in a, decent market, that Boba Fett drop would be pretty solid. Anything Star Wars related and a pretty big character, I think is going to do pretty well once the market picks back up. We had a Incredible Hulk 377 drop. I don't think that's the most, highly valuable comic in the world, but I think the covers look pretty cool. I like that black cover with the green Hulk on there. We had Buzz Lightyear. Now, this is an interesting drop we just had yesterday. The Buzz Lightyear drop. Typically, FA Buzz Lightyear, you would think that would do really well. But this one is based off of the newest movie that just got released this summer. I think it was called Lightyear. And so I think because of that, and it wasn't like that OG, Buzz Lightyear that most people know from Toy Story, kind of got hurt a little bit. It wasn't the most sought after Buzz. Plus, I think people wanted like an animation from Buzz Lightyear, but I think kind of fits VV's theme right now, under promise, over deliver, right? They're really trying to focus in on that. So maybe this is just, they just released these all static, and then the fans of Buzz Lightyear, the big fans are going to collect the whole set, right? Some people just got one rarity. I end up getting the rare for like half of retail, what's going for in the market right now. I think I paid 30 gems for it. And I'm okay with that, Next to the Woody in the showroom, I think that's fine. But I do think they may reward the full set holders on this one. If anyone moves the Buzz Lightyear in their showroom, the way it kind of glows is just a little bit off or a little bit different. It makes me think that there's some kind of, it's going to interact with maybe a Woody or another character, or maybe this will get animated eventually, maybe like an upgrade or something like that for the full set holders. Who knows, right? But I think that's the reason why this Buzz Lightyear drop didn't do that great. In my opinion, that's probably the reason why. Plus, it's just a down market overall. Economy's not great still. So I think once the economy starts picking back up worldwide, that's when we start to see, a better sentiment in the marketplace. Now, for today's drop, we have Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, issue number 1. Now, I knew nothing about this comic. I know it's not that valuable in real life. For me, I'll let you guys know after I go over all the details, if I'm hodling this one, if I'm going for the drop, if I'm skipping the drop, maybe. We shall see. Here's all the covers together. Plus, we don't have a VEVE video today. Shout out to Heather and Corey. We do have, I was on the YouTube last night, kind of just looking around for some VV content, seeing if I find anything new. I love trying to find new creators or maybe new influencers talking about VV, and that's what I came across. So after I go over the details of this comic book drop today, and after I tell you guys my kind of strategy on it, let you guys know what I'm doing, I'll give a little price prediction maybe. I'm going to dive into a video. It's only probably about 15 minutes long, I think. But it's another YouTube channel with like close to 100,000 subscribers. I think it's about 100,000 subscribers. 87K. So not the biggest YouTuber in the world, Crypto Gains, but awesome to see, another YouTuber with a pretty big following talk about VV. And so I think he discovered it for the first time, just a few days ago. He's talking about the Disney golden moments. He's talking about how undervalued it looks, how amazing it looks. So kind of want to just watch that video with you guys and kind of just, react to it, show you guys what he has to say, because I can come on the YouTube channel every single day and tell you guys we have Disney golden moments, right? Like, I feel like I pretty much do that anyway. But I feel like it can get kind of lost, lost in the sauce, just lost in constantly repeating myself. So when you start to hear what I've been saying, what a bunch of people in the community have been saying, from another YouTuber who wasn't really part of the VV community, who has a big YouTube channel, it just may bring a different dynamic, maybe a different perspective. And I think it's going to continue to happen throughout the rest of this year into next year, 2023, and so on. We're going to start to see this big YouTuber, this big pro sports athlete, this celebrity constantly just keep discovering and talking about VV, because VV's not going anywhere, guys. Yeah, we're in a down market right now, but we are not leaving. We're not getting rug pulled. This is the most legit project in the world, in my opinion. Now, there's other legit projects too, but I think you can sleep easy at night knowing that you have premium licensed digital collectibles from the biggest brands in the world on one app, VEVE. And I think it's a good thing too. They didn't rush anything, because you guys have seen in the crypto space recently too, a bunch of exchanges getting hacked, a bunch of different things, falling apart, getting rug pulled. And VEVE's like the turtle, just slow and steady. And they're not even moving slow, to be honest. Maybe slow in like the crypto sphere, but like as a company, as a startup company in the real world, they're moving at light speed right now. They're moving fast. So they're just chugging along, not really worried about, with the negativity. I mean, they take in the negativity because they use it as feedback to get better, but, VEVE's not going anywhere. So let's take a look at these covers today. Got the comic cover. Now, it was interesting that they dropped this comic book, with all the hype of AF15 and all these like holy grail comics. I think it's a kind of a tester, like a testing move by them to try to see, who's going to buy it still, what's the price is going to come out, like a not such a valuable comic in a bear market. Is it going to go to zero, right? Like, I think it's a good test to kind of just see where things end up right now, because they could have released almost any comic book, I think. And so feels almost like the calm before the storm, in my opinion. We got the uncommon, basically the same thing, just without the color. The only thing that's in color are, I believe it's Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. Got the rare. The white and black. A little outline here. Got the ultra rare vibes. This kind of fits that squirrel color theme. The secret rare. Shout out to anyone and everyone who gets a secret rare today. Don't know how value is going to be, but at least it's going to be profit, right? The edition. So we're back to, the normal 20,000 edition account. I like that. Kind of changed the standard, I guess, the edition count for the comics. The common, we have 12,000 editions for the comic. The common comic. We have 4,500 editions for the uncommon. 2,000 for the rare. 1,000 ultra rares and 500 secret rares. Let me know in the chat. Are you guys going for this drop? Is this a grail? I'm just kidding. Now, for me personally, I will be skipping this drop, guys. I was letting go of a couple things that I didn't really love in my collection. I finally got the Disney Castle posters. I think that's going to be a pretty big deal, especially for the MCP points. I just wanted all the Disney castles. I do think one day we will get like the 3D version of the castle, and I think that's going to be like a must-have. But I mean, technically, those are the first ever Disney castles. I like the way they looked. All secret rares. Wanted to lock them in. I didn't want to pay like the $300, $260 prices that the one I didn't have was going for, the Amazing Nighttime. So I waited till that one retraced. Finally completed that one, got the set, so feel pretty happy about that. Don't really have that many gems right now, so if something was to surprise us like the AF15, I'm going to be adding in a bunch of gems. Something like a holy grail like that comic book sells for millions of dollars, I believe. So I think it's going to do really well on the VEVE app as well. Don't want to let go of my Walt. My Walt Mickey's down to like 5K, I saw. I was like, whoa, that's crazy opportunity for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that were thinking about getting a first. And the reason why I love this one so much, because it's not, everyone just calls it the Walt, the first appearance of Walt Disney. That would be, I think, if we had just the Walt statue alone, I think the price would probably be where it's at right now. And the fact that we have Walt, Disney, and Mickey Mouse first appearance as one collectible, I think that's a big deal. So I'm still holding on to my two. Hindsight 2020, yeah, I would have loved to have, let go of one of them at the all-time high for 40K and hold on to the gems till now and then go, make a come up in the market. But hindsight's always 2020, right? I mean, you can never tell the tops, you can never tell the bottoms. If you believe in something, it's different than maybe not believing in something and just letting it go. I believe big time in the first appearance of Mickey and Walt Disney. So that's like a, that's a big time collectible for me. Yeah, good point right there, Rich Buddy. Those are some big iconic Pixar collectibles too. Like when you think of, I think it was cool too what they did. A lot of people wanted like maybe all of the collectibles from Monsters Inc. because we have, one of them. But I think what they did was they gave us a collectible from like 4 or 5 of the biggest Pixar movies, right? Woody, we got Lightning McQueen, we have the Up House, right? I mean, Mike Wise. Like we got some pretty big time Pixar movie collectibles right there. And because that's series 1, it really hasn't been a big deal just yet, I don't think, on the VV app, but like series 1 of stuff, as we get into series 3, 4, or 5, we've seen a little bit with Batman. The series 1 Batman has a little bit different of a dynamic because it's the first ever set on VV too. But I think as we continue to move further in the series of different lines of collectibles, I think having series 1 of stuff, like I look at the Marvel Mighties, and it's why I stacked a few series 1 stuff, because one, it's FA Captain America, and two, I'm not a master collector of all the Mighties, even though I would love to be. 3, I think we're eventually going to get so many Marvel Mighties to where I probably won't be able to keep up with it. That was just my thought process. So I wanted to make sure I have series 1 and a good amount of series 1 stuff, because eventually it's going to be like series 10, series 15, who knows, series 20. I just feel like they could make Marvel Mighties nonstop. So that's hilarious. No way, Super Rush. I thought you might have did this after they announced it. I changed my profile picture to a squirrel in VV, and the next day they announced Squirrel Girl comic. Coincidence? That's really interesting, Super Rush, that happened. I'm surprised that you didn't do it afterwards. That's really interesting. My man, Bobby Green, how we doing? How we doing? Is this what, the second or third KYC drop? I think it is. It's only been a few, Rich Buddy, and that's another reason why. I think they're saving some big drops for a little bit later. That's just my opinion. Could be wrong. Who knows? I just picked up my third, fourth, and fifth ultra rare Bulbas after selling my UCI. Oh, okay, the Italy Dinos. I think that's a huge move right there. I would do the same thing, Planet Vampire. Now that goes into the big argument. It's not an argument. It's really a debate. Popularity versus scarcity, right? Scarcity, those Italy posters, super scarce, right? But I would do the same thing as you. Now, I'm a big fan of the IP. I mean, Jurassic Park's still a big IP, but I think I would lean towards that Star Wars of a popular character, up and coming character as well too. Boba Fett, ultra rare. It's the animated version. I think that's a steal right now. Anywhere in the 200s, I think. I would rather get the ultra rare Boba Fett instead of those posters if it was me as well too, because I think popularity is going to cause, popularity is going to lead to scarcity, in my opinion. Because when you think of something, think of, how can I put this? I always think of it like if you were to join the app and you had no idea what VV was, what anything was, what would be the first things you would look to target, right? It would probably be things that you're already into. So if you can get things that the whole world's into, maybe, it has a lot of additions right now, but it's probably got a lot of additions because it's super popular. And they're building this for 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years to go, right? So if you believe something that's, pretty popular and it just has a lot of additions right now, it's only right now. It's still super early. So I agree with this move right now, Planet Vampire. I would have done the same thing. That's a great move. I think, let's take a look. I think the market's open. Yeah, the market's still open. I'm definitely going to grab I'm going to try to at least get 2 ultra rare Boba Fett's, because once the market picks up, that's one of the collectibles that's going to go crazy too. Now, the only downside about grabbing them now is it feels like everyone's waiting for AF15. So who knows, right? If it doesn't come this month, I mean, I think the market's going to recover a little bit because people will be putting those gems to use. Throat's bothering me a little bit still this morning, so no coffee today. Went with the tea, the hot tea and some honey. A little tea gate action. I'm kind of liking it. All right, so that's the Vader. Boba ultra rare is down to 190. Could it get the 150? That would be a steal, in my opinion. Oh my gosh. Now, right now, I only have one of these rarities. I think I have the common, and I'm okay with just having one of the common, one of the other rarities. If it dips lower, though, I will pick one up. I hope he gets the 150, to be honest. The other thing is, too, like the other characters that I really want to make sure I lock in my collection. More so than a Boba Fett would be like a Luke Skywalker ultra rare animated. That's a must have for my collection. So I have a Luke Skywalker, a Darth Vader. That would like solidify it for me. And then also Yoda would be another big one if I can get that. But if I just end up getting a different rarity, that's fine too. We're gonna try to get that ultra rare, secret rare Yoda. That would be insane if I could lock that one in too when it comes. But Shago's going for one today. Are they selling out since KYC? So the last couple of drops really haven't done amazing, Rich Buddy. I think some of the comics sold out, but the last Buzz Lightyear did not sell out. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at this. Kind of last drop. So I believe Boba Fett did sell out. And I believe that was the KYC drop. This comic sold out, I believe. That was a KYC drop. This is the first appearance of Professor Hulk. I like some of these covers too. But yeah, Rich Buddy, this one sold out. The Buzz Lightyear did not sell out though. So that's one that kind of surprised people. Mark, how we doing, Mark? Yeah, not a bad idea. You know, it's one of those things where as we keep getting multiple drops a week, you know, we're going to have a lot of drops in the future. We're kind of ramping up. So, again, guys, don't feel like you have to go for every single drop. I think it's important to kind of be disciplined and kind of either go for things that you see value in or things that you absolutely love. In a bull market, it's a little bit different. I feel like then you can kind of go for anything. You could probably flip pretty much anything that drops. But right now, especially, I think it's important to kind of be a little bit more disciplined. I think gem management is crucial. Now, it's so much easier said than done. I'm not even the best at this. I think, you know, it's an important aspect because if you can manage your gems and not go all the way down to zero, it's tough because especially when there's so many deals going on. I think one thing that's helped me though in the past is instead of going out looking for deals, let those deals kind of come to you. Because if you go looking for deals, you're gonna find deals. Like if you're looking for them, you're gonna find them 100%. You're gonna spend those gems. So I would say wait for like a deal to pop out to you. It's a big skip for Zachary Roy today from the Palace. I'm not going for it either today, my man. I kind of just wanted to come on here, talk with some people, and really show you guys the video I found last night. It's not like the craziest video in the world, but I think it's a start of what's about to happen. I think we're going to start to see huge YouTubers say, wait a second, what's this VEVE app that has these Disney NFTs, Marvel comic books, DC Batman NFTs? Like, I think, and it's going to sound so funny because we've been so, you know, into this space already. We're going to be like, oh, you just found VEVE? But, like, you got to think, most of the world has not found VEVE yet. They were kind of planting the seeds there at the Comic-Con. So, wow, let's go. Local scalpers got 10 ultra rare bobas. That's a move right there. I think it's going to pay off big time for you. Not financial advice, of course, but I mean, we've seen it with so many big collectibles in the past, right? There's going to be a down period of time. Maybe it's a month, maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's 6 months or even more, right? We don't know that timetable, but unless you think the world's just going to end, like things will rebound. It's just a matter of time. So, and the good thing about it is, yes, this is all a speculative, you know, investment. It's not really an investment app. It's a collecting app, but there could be investment opportunities, right? The whole digital collectible space, people want to say it's risky, it's speculative. Anything's risky, right? Any kind of investment, anything that's new can be risky, but in my opinion, this space is just getting started. When you think of what VEVE has to offer, and when you think if you had, you know, millions of dollars to invest, right? And with inflation going crazy and everything like that, you're probably going to want to have some real estate stuff. You're probably going to want to have some hard physical assets, collectibles, and you're probably going to want to have now digital collectibles because it's such a new, untapped space just yet. We have the first appearance of Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney. We have the first appearance of Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, Harley Quinn, the Joker, Darth Vader. Like, this is unbelievable. Sometimes I think what it is too, like we start to take things for granted. Maybe not everybody, but I think just as a whole, because like when you're getting dished these superstar lineups of just unbelievable IP, it's like wait, we didn't get a sellout IP drop this week. It's like, you know, not everything was going to be crazy huge. There's going to be some days like today, you know, just a comic book for some people that may like the cover art, maybe want to stack some cheap MCP points. You know, so they're going to have something for everyone. 1-of-1s are coming soon, so that's going to go crazy. I think that could be some of the most expensive stuff on the VV app. Super Rush. Not blowing my paycheck immediately this time. Been broke the past 2 weeks. Smart idea, Super Rush. You know, that's kind of what I was just saying a little bit ago about the gem management. You know, let those opportunities come to you. Yeah, can you only imagine the great delisting? I love that. The launch pad is primed for takeoff. And that's the thing, the supply. Yes, we've noticed the floor is dropping, but we've also noticed the supply dropping. So things have been cooling up, I feel like, for a while. Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with this local scalper. I think that's the benefit of focusing on that big IP, because you can almost bet, right, that in either 6 months from now, a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, right? I doubt it's going to take that long, but who knows, right? Maybe longer. No timetable, right? But eventually, it's like that big IP. People are going to want to collect a Boba Fett, right? A Star Wars collectible. Anything Star Wars has a powerful IP. So let me just get into let's dive into the video. And from this video, it's only got about 2,300 views. Let me refresh it. It's probably got about the same, maybe 2,500.
This is how Fiverr changed my life. My name is Drew, and I'm the face and hands of the blindbox YouTube channel. It is. If you could use a Coney to buy this.
Yeah, so 2,300. Somehow went down. All right. Like I said, 87K subs. Let's go. Show him some love. I don't know who this guy is. Just randomly found it last night. August 3rd it was posted, so it did just come out. Good to know. Good to know. I kind of just want to dive in. It's only 11 minutes long, so kind of just want to listen to it, let you guys hear it. I watched most of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. And just try to put yourself in the perspective of this is going to happen for so many bigger YouTubers. The next YouTuber that finds it talks about it is going to have 200K subs, then 500K subs, then 1.5 mil subs, and then the ball's going to be rolling.
Welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. I want to share with you these NFTs that I have been buying because I think they are phenomenal. And into Crypto Gains for another video. I want to share with you these NFTs that I have been buying because I think they are phenomenal and incredibly cheap right now. These are the Disney's Golden Moments NFTs, and you can buy these on the VEVE app.
Let's go.
So, are you interested? Drop that like, give me subscribe if you're new watching. I'm gonna break down the reasons.
Like the video, guys. Let's get this video popping for him. Right?
Why I bought this. This is not financial advice, but look how amazing they look, and there's plenty of them. And where did they sort of originate from? Well, I'm gonna take you through the story of all these golden NFTs. I think there's more to come. And don't underestimate them, because when I first saw these NFTs, they were going for like at least £700-800, £1,000, and that was for some of the commons, because they've got different rarities. So you've got commons, rares, ultra rares, and I've got my app here, my phone here as well, just to show you a bit of how the app works as well. So before I get into that, take a look on screen here. Look, this is sort of where the NFTs came from. So in Disney World, or Disneyland, they have golden statues.
Guys, does this sound familiar? This is all the kind of stuff that we did, probably that you guys did too last November when they first launched the Disney Golden Moments. We were just ahead of the curve, guys. We were blessed. If you found VEVE this early, if you're watching right now, you are blessed you found this before the world. Now, you don't have to get into it, if you don't want to. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you don't see value in it. Maybe you don't like it, etc. But I truly believe this is going to be a world phenomenon. It's going to be a culture shift mentally over time where people are going to start to understand digital collecting. The same way digital music streaming, I always keep saying, is like the norm now. Physical collectibles will always be a thing. But I think the shift will be getting, into and understanding these digital collectibles licensed by Disney, etc.
Of these Disney characters, and everywhere you walk you can see them and people are taking photos. It's nice. It's a nice feeling, and this is basically where it came from. And I think that they're going to look to bring more in the VEVE app in the future. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe these, right now could be an incredibly great buy, because these were the first of the series. Like like you get like first editions and you get like second editions. These could be like the very first editions of the first NFTs to come for Disney. Do not underestimate.
Now, I don't know if you realize this or not, but the first week of those Disney Golden Moments, that's why a lot of us believe those first week Disney Golden Moments from the Bar and Homer all the way up until Walt, everything in between there is going to be like the first edition Golden Moments. All these Golden Moments, I believe, are going to be really big, but I think that first week will be iconic.
VEVE, because the license deals that they have with these big brands shows that it's a serious project. And VEVE's under their Ecomi project. If you invest in Ecomi, you know about VEVE. But for those that do not know it, you want to make sure you pay attention to what they're doing in the NFT space on the VEVE app. So I'm going to grab the VEVE app up in a second. Just want to show you some more of these statues over here. See Winnie the Pooh. And I'm going to show you like what they class as rare and stuff. But like I said, they may bring more. I'm just saying, like, Toy Story is a big brand. We don't have Toy Story in here yet.
We kind of
coming, and this is what it's going to look like if and when it comes. So, and I like it. I seriously do. So, look, let's take a look at the brand. The VEVE app, and have a look at what's been going on with the Disney brand, because you can buy a lot of stuff on here. You got like Marvel Comics, Silver Surfer, collectibles, they got stamps and all sorts. But I like to click on brands. So at the top,
I click on brands every time.
I did click it. Here we go. And then I like to scroll down and look for Disney. Loads of different brands, Coca-Cola's. Look at the partnerships. Just these names alone that you're seeing in this app should make you want to really get involved with the VEVE, because
absolutely, it's IP. It's the power of IP that he's talking about. When you search for these brands, and you're going down the VEVE app, and you're like, maybe have some doubt, maybe you're on the fence of this, right? Because someone told you to look at it. There's no question when you're looking at it for the first time, and you're seeing they got Batman, they got Marvel, Spider-Man, they got Superman, they got Darth Vader, they got Star Wars, they got Disney. What don't they have? They have everything. And it almost just seems like too good to be true. Crazy.
It's showing serious names, big money, big brands. Look at this, Disney. This is where I go. So they've got loads of different Disney stuff.
So real quick, a new user coming to the platform, he went to Disney right away. Should tell you something, right? The power of IP.
I wanted to go for the Disney moments because I think that these ones are going to be ones worth holding on to. Don't underestimate it. It would be great. I don't know if they're going to do it, but if you had a collection of Disney moments and then you was able to get like a discount off at Disney World, that would be...
Let's go. I love the fact that he's talking about this, because this is that we've all came up with speculation in the community that, if you have the full golden moments, maybe you have the wall, you get like a free pass to Disney. Maybe it's just a discount, right? But I think that utility is going to be huge.
It's sick. Maybe they're going to do so. I don't know. Can't confirm it. Don't quote me on it. I'm just saying it would be great. In celebration of Disney moments, of Disney Day, Disney Plus Day. Okay, maybe. Golden Moments, a Disney NFT collection. See here, and they got loads of people commenting on it and stuff. The Disney Golden Moments collection features some of the most beloved characters. I'm reading this little goldy, orangey bit. Icons from the franchise featured on Disney Plus, appearing in gold, all gold.
I wonder if they deleted some comments, because look at that. This has 628,000 likes. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when Disney tweets out VEVE. Wow. I think they probably deleted some comments or something, because that ratio is right.
It's golden. Look, because when I click the arrow, you don't open up. But anyway, they got duos. They got standard the golden moments. I'm just going to click on some, just show you like what you can get. Oh, these are so the one, because you see these little like ribbons at the top, these little gold ribbons, that represents the ones that I have. So you can buy them as well, and I'm going to show you how to do all of this. And as you can see, each one has a type of rarity. So, for example, Timon and Pumbaa says common, sold out. These things sell out fast. So the only way to buy them is you get in quick, or you buy from other people that are selling them. And like I said, they were selling them for like £700-800 a piece. Winnie the Pooh is a common. A lot of these commons are going for like $60 a piece now. They were going for like $400 or $500 before, back in November. Cogsworth is uncommon, but it's a popular name, what's it called? Beauty and the Beast. So Beauty and the Beast. I don't know why I'm looking up there. It's just, la, 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 la. Anyway, you got the Flounders, and again, a lot of these are ones that
it just goes to show you though, like that's the power of IP. He sees this and he knows what it's from right away. Someone like him, it doesn't seem like the biggest fan, right, of Beauty and the Beast, but like think of how many people know Beauty and the Beast, right? So when you see a Disney Golden Moment under retail, I'm not telling you guys to buy it, right? Not financial advice. It's not a financial advisor. Just things that I've observed and do observe, and you can make your judgment off of that.
I've been showing you in the background here on the thing. Look, you can see him here. So I'm not underestimating it. I think and the Flounders is a rare. And I'm going to show you how much they cost. And then you got Chip and Dale, which is the ultra rare. Now, just real quick, if I tap on Chip and Dale, you can scroll down, you can look at a bit about, read about it more, and then you can see here it says, well, I own one edition. Then it says 133 for sale on the market. So if I tap that, you can come over here and you can see how much they're going for right now. So 117 is quite cheap. I think I paid a little bit more for that. So you're getting it at a good cheap price right now for an ultra rare. You're not talking a common, you're talking an ultra rare. So I think each
and I think that right there is gonna be a big learning curve for a lot of people in coming to VeVe, because they probably will just go for the highest rarity, the ultra rare, the secret rare. I could see that happening with the comics too. And then I think it's because that's what happened in VeVe, right? People just want to go for that highest rarity. But then as we got more and more, I think it was a shift in mentality a little bit. They're always going to have high demand, right? The secret rares, I think they're always going to be valuable. The ultra rares, they'll probably follow the secret rares and so on. But I think there's starting to be more and more people to come out, kind of like me. It took a while for it to kind of grow on me. I started to fall in love with those common original covers, and not just with the comics, right? Some of the most popular collectibles on VeVe are commons. So there's more editions because that's just how popular it is. Look at like the Hawk Girl and the Wonder Woman DC artist sets. That's a great example. The Wonder Woman FA is a common, and then the Hawk Girl is that ultra rare. And the common passed it big time because of the popularity of Wonder Woman. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic. Now, it's not always the case. Sometimes it is better to have the ultra rare or the secret rare. It's just something to think about. I think it's going to be a little bit of a adjustment learning curve for new people coming to VeVe, but to each his own, right? Some people may still like the the higher rarities no matter what, right?
Blue gem is about $1. So when you click it, for example, it will say to you, oh, hold on, I want to show you what it looks like if you was to buy now. Oh, no, there you go. So it opens up and then you can click buy now, and then it will say 117, which is, it works out about $1 a gem. I think that's what it is. It'd be good if you could use a Comey to buy this. I don't know if you can. Drop your comments, let me know. When they originally launched, they were like 60 gems a piece, so you can see that they've gone up in value. Some of these golden moments are worth serious amounts of money. Like if I go back into, actually, let me just grab up a common, because most people might want to grab the commons because you think it's cheaper. Timon and Pumbaa. So for example, Timon and Pumbaa, if you click on the market right now, you can see how much it's going for. Look, the cheapest one is $69. Yeah, but if you scroll down, look at how much other people are looking to sell it for. You can just see all the people that are selling it. Look, $200, $300.
Floors are weak.
It keeps going down and down. And you've got people listing this at like $7,000, $10,000. And it wouldn't surprise me if in the next 5 years, we might see these prices be the main prices, because Disney is a big brand, and like the collections for Disney's are going to be unstoppable. I love that you can use AR, so you can put these like on your shelf or on your side somewhere, and you can walk around. It stays in the same place, and then you can see it through augmented reality. If AR becomes a thing, like a big thing where people can wear glasses and stuff, they're going to come into your house and just see all like your Flanders and your Timon and Pumbaa golden trophies just sitting on the side.
100%.
That's what I expect to see in the future.
And it's crazy because this is all stuff that, if you've been tuned into the live stream now for a year or however long we've been doing it, you guys know these are all kind of speculation things that we've been saying, that we've been kind of coming up with when we talk with other people from the community, other content creators. These are visions that we've all had. Like I remember sitting on live streams with Crypto Khaki talking about one day, we were both saying this, like, we're going to have AR glasses, probably connects to something as soon as you walk in someone's house. And then that way you take your glasses off. They probably got plain walls all over the place. You put your glasses on, and all of a sudden you see all their artwork, different collectibles that they have. And Apple's coming out with their AR glasses soon. It's kind of been like a running joke, hashtag soon. I know, but it's eventually coming. Things like this, like, that's why, anything Vivi says is eventually going to happen, right? When you're dealing with these IPs, big brands as partners, things take time. Sometimes delays happen. There's so much back and forth, right? So same thing with Apple. When they're making these AR glasses, this is going to be like a world shift phenomena, like, so a cultural shift phenomena, I would say. So they don't want to rush it. I think Google Glass had a first attempt at it years ago, but I don't think the world was ready for AR and all that kind of stuff just yet. It feels like things are lining up to where the world's getting ready for it. So I think it's going to be a big shift in the next few years. And he has a good mindset too. This stuff may not pop off in the next 6 months type, short term, but when he's talking 3 to 5 years, like, I'm betting on Disney. I'm betting on these IPs. I'm betting on the VEVE app, because I think it's just an untapped market still. Like, it really is so early.
So when you come on that app at first, real quick, because people just new, like I said, you've got tabs up there so you can look at like the brands and stuff, shows like what's happening right now, drops coming soon and stuff. If you want to participate in drops, they're doing this thing where you have to start verifying yourself, some KYC get it out. Yep. KYC action. Know your customer. So you've got to do all that information, that partial information, so you can get involved. I think you can buy without at the moment, but if they might make it like a main thing that you need to do in order to buy these things. But I'm going for the trophies. You can see here they got like Bart Simpson as well, the hat. Some of it, like I said, some of these go for absolute insane money. Like, where's this guy? Let me find him. Disney. So Walt Disney.
Where's this guy?
And Mickey Mouse. This one is so damn expensive. You're talking the minimum price right now to buy one of these is $6,400. It's a lot of money. If that went underneath $1,000, I'd probably buy one, because I think in the future these are going to be worth a lot of money. Look, yeah. And it talks about how many are available. So there's 4,333.
Only 4,000 of Walt Disney's and Mickey Mouse first appearances. Do you think there's more than 4,000 Mickey Mouse fans? Do you think there's more than 4,000 Walt Disney fans that put that together? And we all know that there's not really 4,000 of these in circulation. The drops got hit hard with bots, so a lot of them are taken out. A lot of people have multiples. I'm no whale. I mean, it may look like it on the VEVE app, but I was just, because I was early, it made a huge investment, and I just kept on making purchases. And when things blew up, I looked like I was a whale. But like, I even have 2 Walts. So imagine how many people have 2. Dr. Profit, all those big whales have hundreds of them. So I think this could even be cut in half. I think there's probably only about 2,000, maybe less than that, but that's my opinion.
Remaining where it says editions, it says the name, drop date, list price, editions, 4,333, and that has that for all of them. If I click collections here at the bottom of the tab, shows which ones I've got. And just to show you again as an example, Winnie the Pooh, let it load up, kind of thing. Oh, hold on, let me come back and just click it again. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you. It's gonna start spinning. I wanted to show you the edition, like how many there are and stuff. So I don't think I can do it like this. No, that's just shown.
Yep. Click that little eye.
Usually it lets me click. I press the I button. Here it is. Yeah. And you come down here. There is edition. So there's nope. That just tells me. I want to see how. Oh, here we go. Editions. It says 13,000 of these are available. So only 13,000 people, 13,333 people in the world would only ever be able to own one. Everyone else in the world would never be able to get one. And that goes for all these other ones as well. So, you look into it. Chippendale, this is an ultra rare, so I would assume that there's less circulating. You're not going to be able to get hold of many. Well, that one was 13,000. Let's see how many there are out of this. I've got to press the I button. 1 second. Come on, I'm pressing the I button. There we go. How many editions are there on this? 6, it says 6,333, just under the list price, where it says 60 gems. 6,000 of these are roughly that you can get. So, I like it. I think they're going to be worth good money in the future, and I'm going to hold this as a long-term hold, because Disney is not just going to die anytime soon.
Exactly.
If you click on the next one, it shows feed at the tab down here, and this shows like people what they're talking about. The comics are quite hot right now, so you can check out the comics as well. But my main focus on this was just pretty much the Disneys, because I think there's a lot of potential for these in the future.
Same.
And go to market, see what people are selling and stuff, and then they've got a profile tab here, which you can obviously fill in your information. Then you can see all that you're important.
I'm actually gonna tag him right now. Welcome to the fam, Crypto Games. Hopefully he sees that. Leaves a little comment. You guys can follow him.
And stuff. So that was pretty much the basics of this app. What do you think? Do you have any of the Disney collections? If you do, let me know. I'd be interested to see what you guys have, because I think it's a great buy. And I told my patrons I'm buying them. So if you guys bought it as well, big up to you. If you don't want to miss my alerts, become a patron. I've got 7 tiers. Take your pick. I recommend my exclusive VIP tier, because this one unlocks all my posts. You can see when I'm buying, when I'm selling, when I'm NFTing, the whole lot. Okay? And if you can afford it, go for my next tier above, because that gives you that little bit more super alerts. You get access to my VIP Telegram group. I talk to you in there way before I do anything. So I was discussing it in there, what I'm going to do, before I had a chance to really do it. And I was buying along. So, and once I buy it, obviously people in the buy alert see the buy alert stuff as well. So yeah, this might be helpful for you if you want that super alert.
Awesome video, brother. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like that video? I hope we see a lot more YouTubers, really start to talk about VV. I think it's only the beginning, Batgirl is one of my bigger stacks, and then they had to say the movie was canceled. Oh no, it was Super Rush. That's some bad luck right there. PewDiePie VV video ain't coming out. That'd be wild. Yeah, Batgirl's a good one. I mean, think about it. I mean, I don't know which Batgirl you have, FA Batgirl or not. Yeah, Enemy Fuzzball in the building. Yo. How we doing, Enemy? Long time no talk. Hope all is well, my man. Good morning, Jinferno. J Inferno. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be passing on this drop today, so I won't be going for it. About 18 minutes left to the drop. How we doing, MBZ? Steven Freelander. Golden Moments on their own also are a game of scarcity versus popularity. I own several Chippendales and several more Poos, despite how many more Poos there are. I agree. Absolutely. And I wanted to make sure I got a couple duplicates as well, those Disney Golden Moments, because I do believe they're going to be big time. I'll tell you guys which duplicates I have. You guys know I got the 2 Waltz, obviously. That's like that was probably like my biggest move. It would have been the best move of all time if I sold it at the top, just how I was able to get the 2 Waltz, and if I sold it at the top, it would have been the all-time best move. Now I wrote it down. I'm just holding it for a long term. I still believe in the move, but I just wasn't able to capitalize and realize the profits, I guess you could say. Like I said, I always think about it, and sometimes I regret it. A lot of times I don't, though, because I think about it all the time, and we didn't have cash out, and so imagine holding on to 40,000 gems without spending anything in the market. What probably would have happened is I probably would have spent a majority of it on a bunch of other deals in the market, and then all that stuff went down as well too, and then I would have been left with a bunch of stuff but only 1 Walt. So I think I'm actually pretty happy that I did keep the 2 Waltz, because when things pick back up, I'm still gonna have the 2 Waltz. So I'm really happy with that. And I have other duplicates I can let go. I have a few. I think I have 3 Cogsworth and Lumire's. Let me just check. I have 2 or 3. I only have 2 of them. 2 of them. I have 2 Donald Ducks. Even those dipped. They're down to 160. I thought I got a deal like 180, 190 right there. 2 Donald Ducks, 2 Bart and Homer, 2 Bart Homers, and 2 Bart and Homers, just 1 skateboard. But I have a really good mint on the 1 Bart and Homer. It's like a 450. Is it a 456? 623. So that's the first ever Disney NFT. That's the reason why I'm keeping that low mint. And I got 2 Winnie the Poohs. So I got a couple good duplicates. Pretty happy to have some good duplicates there. I have a low mint flounder that I thought about letting go and then buying back a floor. Just never sold. So just decided to hold it. And that's what I've been doing. I got 58 sets right now. And I probably hit about 65 at one point, but I've been swapping. I had a lot of sets I didn't absolutely love. Like I had a lot of artist collectible sets, which I'm keeping a lot of artist sets. I like the artist stuff, but for me, I didn't want to have too much of that stuff because it's just not something that I absolutely love and want to hold long term. So I was letting go of some of those sets that I didn't love that I might have gotten for MCP points, kind of just slowly swapping it for the sets that I do love, for collectibles I do love. Karen said that video gave me the same feelings I got last year. It's unbelievable, right? I think that's also why I love watching these videos of people like first time discovering VeVe, because it reminds me so much of when I first found VeVe. And the feelings were insane, guys. Like, you probably feel the same way, Karen. It feels like a magical feeling. It feels like you're finding gold while people are like walking past it. And you're just like, like, oh my gosh, taking it all in. Man, felt amazing. I'm going to go on to Twitter. We got about 15 minutes to the drop, I think. I'm just going to stay on until the drop, and then I'll probably head off. Kind of just want to see what's going down. Oh, we got to go collect. Tweeting out a little VeVe Squirrel comic action. The Mutable Squirrel Girl is number one, is the latest comic to drop as a VeVe NFT. I love the fact they're doing this. This is amazing. Do you think physical values will go up post drop? That's probably something that they've been noticing big time. Usually when a comic book drops on VeVe, people like to have the digital and the physical. I think there's a huge connection there, and I think it'll only grow. Someone like Dan Schauble, he was on the, he was on that pretty early. A lot of us were. I mean, as soon as we saw VeVe, it hooked a lot of us that weren't collectors into collecting. So someone like me, I saw that I started to get into collecting, and I really wasn't into collecting. So I started thinking, wow, if it's got me to buy physical statues of Batman, comic books, like this is going to be a phenomenon. So I love seeing the continue merge of physical and digital. Shout out to comics and crypto. Wow, see, this is another huge thing about these dips and why it's not always that bad. Captain Ara, I just closed another big gap in my collection. Robin continuously kept out of my reach for over a year. Robin got up to like 3K. Unbelievable. Welcome home, buddy. These prices are getting ridiculous. Don't throw away your treasures for peanuts. It's going to attract elephants. So that's the thing too. Most people aren't even afraid or don't even like feel worried because they believe in IP. They believe in where this is going, right? They believe in the VeVe Okomi team. This is a great point right here. VeVe has so many brands that they can make the coolest promotional videos like we've never seen in this NFT space. Facts. And it's gonna come. I truly believe that a lot of these big brands were kind of waiting on VeVe to kind of, get their feet under themselves because they had to re-engineer the app. That was a big hurdle that delayed a lot of things in the early days, 2021. Now they're starting to catch their breath. We got the cash out. We got the payout that everybody's been asking for over a year. So huge hurdle. And now that we have the ability to cash out, I think we're going to start to see the Disneys, the Marvels, the DCs really start, pushing VeVe. They have every incentive to. So I think before the hurdle was like when Disney tweeted out VeVe for the first time, they brought in so many users it crashed the app. So it was probably like, we love what you did, Disney, but like just hold off just a few more months for that. It's like, let's go, Kobe. I like what he has to say here so far. Even Common Spider-Man went under retail last year, and people stacked at 25 gems. That's a fact. Something that I did that paid off big time. How I was able to let go like of 8 of them in time when to get Walt. It's unbelievable. Catwoman, Captain America, and so many others didn't sell out. Absolutely. This is actually a great paragraph here. Go to Kobe. Kobe collects Twitter. I just subscribed to his YouTube channel. I thought I was subscribed for the longest time, but I wasn't. So I just threw him a little subscribe. That's the thing, guys. Everything, OGs definitely have to say this stuff because, maybe a new user, it's hard for a new user to see the light at the end of the tunnel, when you're going through, bear markets. I may have to like this one. We'll be fine. I'm honestly not worried at all personally. It's just part of the cycle, 100%. And people scare themselves and panic others as well, so the market just reacts to thousands of microtransactions, 100%. The vision and the end goal hasn't changed. We were talking about it yesterday in Kyla's stream. Even Common Spider-Man went under retail last year, and people stacked 25 gems. Catwoman and Captain America. So many others didn't sell out and stayed in store for weeks. The one thing that we can be sure of is that VeVe is being built right now by a great team and very strong leadership, and isn't complete yet. That's a fact. Kobe's crushing it right now. Let's let a few more partnerships get announced, a few more catalysts and app improvements get implemented, and a few million more users onboarded, and it'll be bliss again. We're in good hands. People were happy about San Diego Comic-Con bringing in eyes by the Marvel booth. What about a whole country? Facts. And David, you just talked about how this is their next target audience. Japan is closer than we think, and whales have been accumulating a lot this week, but it comes down to more users too. As VeVe keeps creating an attractive product and ecosystem and keeps bringing in new people while also incentivizing, I think he meant incentivizing people to want to collect with MCP and rewards and high-end collectibles that people don't want to sell. Utility, etc. will grow a ton. Until then, I'll DCA and try not to over-leverage. I also stress not to check vault values every hour or even every day or even every few days. That's a fact. That's the thing, guys. Like, just collect what you love. I always talk about that, but I think it's a big thing. Because when you collect what you love, you're not really worried about the value so much the day to day, That's a smart move, in my opinion, Jinferno. Definitely going to be getting one of the ultra rares, I think, soon. We got DB still in the live stream. How we doing, December? Not asleep yet? I'm surprised. Yeah, back when the when the broken app was launched, VeVe was almost out of money with no marketplace. Now they have funding, cash out, and people have decided to sell. The riskiest days are already overcome. I agree with this 100%. Like you just said, the riskiest days are behind us, guys. They had no money left with a broken app when they launched. Now we have cash out and they have plenty of money. That's a fact. And now we're starting to see the big IP start to really get on board with VeVe, like you saw at the San Diego Comic-Con with Marvel. Marvel sees VeVe as like they're just digital collecting outlet, Energy in the building. How we doing? Are you going for this drop, brother? Got 6 minutes left. I'm going to be passing on this comic book today. Just wanted to stay till the drop. Now I'm going to be heading off. Dropping in to show some love. Shout out to MBZ. That's the thing too, guys. Most people don't realize, but like when VeVe launched, they really didn't expect to blow up like how fast they did. It's kind of almost like a risky move to launch because, like you guys said, it was, they didn't have the marketplace open for a while after they did launch and a bunch of different things. That was like the risky phase, right? People are saying we're not real NFTs. We're not on the blockchain. We're not on Ethereum. We don't have cash out. There's no marketplace. You can't cash out. Like, there's so many things that were happening that, the people that believed in the team, had faith in the team. It really took research. If you research the team, you probably have faith and believe. But, looking at it on the outside, most people didn't believe because they're like, there's too many things wrong, So now that we're here, it's just, we got to get over a couple more hurdles, but everything is already in place. Now what just has to happen, I think, is just the economy. The overall world economy is kind of just down. So I think that has a lot to do with it. People don't really have the extra money right now. So that's why I think, people always ask me what's the one catalyst that are going to make things kind of boom again. I don't really know if it's going to be like one catalyst. I think the major thing is just time. As time continues to move on, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, I don't think it's going to take 10 years to have a cultural shift and change of mentality of like digital collecting. But that's the thing. 10 years, 20 years, they're rolling things out. This is going to be here for decades. So we're at the very, very early stages. They're giving us collectibles that could be possibly used in games and who knows, right? But they're giving us like the early stuff first before everything's kind of solidified, the ecosystem's built and everything, the metaverse is here. This is all before that stuff. I definitely agree. Energy skipping this one. Buy one in the marketplace. Yeah, solid move right there. I do think it's gonna come down decent ways. I didn't actually check to see the prices of what Go Collect said the physical is. Is Comics and Crypto, did they have their video today? Maybe that's what I was missing. I was missing VEVE NFT'S, but let's see if Comics and Crypto gave this. I feel like they'd have a funny video for this one. Let's go.
You feeling it now?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Woodland Critters, and welcome back to Huddle or Sell, where we'll be breaking down Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #1. It's not AF-15, manage your expectations. In the end, we will let you know if we plan to hodl or sell. As always, this is not financial advice, but purely for entertainment purposes only. Also, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button to receive updates on all our content. This Thursday, August 4th, we are getting the modern age comic Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #1, Squirrel Girl's first solo series. Story by Ryan North, with cover by Erica Henderson and art by Erica Henderson and Maris Witz. Doreen Green, also known as Squirrel Girl, is a human whose first and last name rhyme and a superhero with the proportional strength and speed of a squirrel. She also has the ability to speak with squirrels, like her sidekick, Tippy Toe. And I don't want to see any jokes about how many nuts a squirrel can fit in their mouths. Grow up. While originally introduced as a mutant, she was later retconned as medically and legally distinct from being a mutant. Whatever that means. She can also command an army of squirrels, which she typically uses to overwhelm her foes. Throughout her character's history, she has been known to defeat some of Marvel's biggest villains, such as Thanos, Galactus, Doctor Doom, and Ego the Living Planet. Dear God, what is this character? And why did they give the furry fetish fantasy character so much power? In April of 2022, the character of Squirrel Girl was turned into a 6-episode radio series starring Milana Vaintrub. Known mostly for her AT&T cell phone ad campaigns, the show premiered on SiriusXM as Marvel's Squirrel Girl, the unbeatable radio show, and was written by Ryan North, who created Squirrel Girl and wrote the Marvel comic book series throughout its 4-year run. So we have Ryan to thank for all of this. According to Go Collect, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #1, as a 9.8 grade, is currently valued at $90, with a 90-day average sale of $111. Before we give our final verdict, we want to remind you that digital slabs are now available at cherrycharts.com. This video is sponsored by Elite Comics 11, Instagram's #1 community-powered comic sales page. For our final verdict, we give this comic a... Given the scale of marketing that Marvel is putting into this character, there is hope for her joining the MCU, which would be nuts. But the value of this comic series, which doesn't consist of her first appearance, is largely contingent on this happening. A squirrely speculation at best. It's for this reason, if we land the drop, we will sell this comic to reinvest in more significant keys or grills. Insert squirrel pun here. Please make sure to
Solid video, guys. Solid video. Pretty funny, too. Saturday morning cartoons. Let's go. Appreciate you, Big Time 369. We got a minute left to the drop. A little bit less than a minute now. Appreciate you, too, for the super chat there. 37 seconds left. No coffee gate today. A little tea gate, a little hot tea action with some honey. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be passing this drop today. Kind of just want to come on and talk with you guys. Show a couple of videos. 369. If you didn't see the video I played before, I would check it out. You know, a YouTuber with like 80K subs talking about how they're buying VEVE NFTs. Pretty interesting. 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. Don't think it's going to sell out right away. Let's just check now. Yep, still up. Just had to check there. Let me know. Is anyone getting the 3-digit today? You know what's crazy about this? What was the last sickness virus that just, what was it called? Omicron. Coincidence? Who knows? No, 100% playthrough games. This is another huge. This probably would be one of the catalysts, I would say. Even though I think the answer is time. This is going to be a huge catalyst, and I do think it's going to blow up exposure big time, especially when the one-on-ones. The catalyst is going to be someone selling a VEVE NFT for $1 million, and it will make the news. People will want it 100%. I think once we get to the one-on-ones from the artists dropping, you know, if it's big-time artists or a crazy piece of artwork or whatever it is, when we have these auctions, some big money is going to be spent. So, I agree. And that's the stuff that will make the news. So that MCP announcement of like the final article will be huge too, because even though I think, you know, daily recurring points are just going to be like the big factor in that, people will flock and FOMO into the market and start buying up the cheap comics, the cheap sets, etc. So Mubarak, appreciate you big time for still tuning in today. Squirrel Girl kills Kag. Yeah. Wild, right? So much power for Squirrel Girl. Not a bad idea if you got the gems for it. I mean, it's always a speculation play. I think if they are releasing it, probably is a reason for it. Probably a super long-term play right there, but could pan out for you. Shout out to Crypto King. Super Simono, how you doing? How you doing? Appreciate you for just saying hi. I'm not going for the drop today either. I really wanted to show you guys just the video I found yesterday. I think it's the start of what we're going to continue to see of big YouTubers start to discover and talk about VEVE. That's going to create a buzz in the community like crazy, in my opinion. What do you guys think about this weekend's artist drops? I think they will flop. First, I want to shout out to all the artists dropping this weekend coming up. I didn't have a chance to tune into the AMA, but I went back and I was able to watch the recording of it. And I love, the artists that are dropping. I like their artwork. I think it looks creative. It looks pretty unique. It looks pretty good. But for me, I don't have all the gems in the world right now, and I'm being really disciplined and really only going for the drops I feel like are must-have. I absolutely love it. So I may, pass on some of these artist drops this weekend. But usually the good thing about these artist drops is that it's pretty limited, a low edition count. So we could see stuff with like 500, 600, 800 editions maybe. And they did say interoperability is coming later this year. So, again, that could get, delayed, etc., whatever the case is. But I believe interoperability will come later this year. So I think these artist collectibles will have a time to shine. So I think that's going to be a big thing. Waiting for AF15. NFT Savage, I kind of feel like the same things happening overall in the community. It could be, end of the month type thing, but I think people are just going to wait it out and wait for it. Could have an effect on the market, Otherwise, if people weren't waiting for this comic, people would be scooping up these deals, I think. But since people aren't scooping it up, it feels like people are still waiting. Let's see. We got a couple in the market already. The Secret Rare is going for 200. There's only 4 of them in the market, so be careful if you're thinking about buying one. But I would have done the same thing, let it go for a few hundred. Ultra Rare is going for 49. We got the Rare going for 9. Interesting. We got the Uncommon going for 549, and the Common down to 230 already. Whew. That's a low one. 2 ultra rare Boba Fett under 200. So somebody's been picking them up. Because I saw a few of them under the yeah, I was thinking they might get all the way down to like 150. That would be such a steal. Yeah, I see Boba Fett going back up. Yeah. Sometimes that's what it calls for NFT Savage, you know? Sometimes, you know, I would say nothing is a blanket statement in VV. That's one thing I've learned, you know. It's not like down market, time to buy. Like, you know, typically, yeah, but, you know, if you're waiting for a certain thing that you think may be coming, it may be smarter just to wait it out. You know, no one really knows the right answer. You kind of just got to, I would say, like, hear a bunch of different opinions and kind of just go what you feel is best. Go with your gut. Got mine for 230 and thought that was a good deal. Yeah, that is going to be a good deal when things start to go back up. Could you imagine if VV did music artist collectibles like Elvis, Michael Jackson, Tupac, and you can hear their music? Yes, Crypto King. Oh my gosh. So the very first message I ever DM'd to VV, like March 2nd, I DM'd them and said, love what you guys are doing. I'm an artist from New Jersey. I would love to be the first artist on your platform to have like a digital live performance where people can own. So like that was my vision for what VV was going to be. So, and it was just funny to see how things kind of unraveled. And it's like, wow, that, imagine if that happened. Like things turned out to be huge, right? But I do see this happening. Absolutely, Crypto King. I think we will get music. I think that's going to be another vertical that they talk about. I think there's going to be gaming, and I think there's going to be music, 100%. And that could just be you own like a poster that plays a song from Michael Jackson, and I think eventually, like kind of maybe like end of next year, maybe even like a couple years away. I think eventually we'll get to the point where, say, we do have a license from the Tupac estate or the Biggie Smalls, you know what I mean? We could have a live performance of that character in augmented reality. All speculation, but 100%. 100% I see that happening. It's just going to take time. And I think we could start to see that maybe with like independent artists. Maybe someone not as big as, a big time famous artist, because it would probably require a lot more legal work type thing. So definitely see that coming, Crypto King. I've always kind of thought it was just going to be the new vertical that gets announced. Like we've had collectibles, comics, I guess maybe stamps. That could be a collectible. But I think it's going to be gaming, and I think it's going to be music, like live performance stuff. Yeah, that's all we need. Snoop Dogg. Just, hip hop has a lot of influence. Imagine a Snoop Dogg. That's like the OG stamp right there. That's if when Snoop Dogg comes, that's the OG stamp that gets everybody looking like, wait. And Snoop's already in the metaverse. Snoop's already into NFTs. His son's like low key, kind of, I don't know about pioneering, but he's definitely in the space as well too. So sky's the limit in the future, guys. So appreciate you guys big time for tuning in today. I am signing off. But if you guys didn't check out the video that I played today, I would, give it a look. It's a YouTuber with 80K subs talking about how he discovered VV and what he's buying right now. And I really wanted to show you guys that, like I said before, just kind of reiterate it. I think we're going to start to see this next few weeks, next few months, maybe rolling into 2023. We're going to start to see YouTubers, celebrities, pro sports players, influencers discover VV, talk about VV, why they believe in it, etc. So it's just an amazing feeling, I think, to see other people kind of share the same thoughts that we all share. So with all that being said, I'm signing out today. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.